and he's got an idea to help small businesses. Take a listen.
Well, folks, I know you're aware of the virus and how much damage it's doing to the consumer, to the small business owner, and even the big business owner. Well, I've got Joshua Carlsen. He's head of client services, Propelo Media, and he's got a webinar for folks that are in this situation that would definitely benefit them to take a listen. Joshua, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks, David.
So tell us what you got in the works that'll help the folks.
Yeah, so, I think not unlike many businesses out there, we went through a jolt just like everybody.
Sure.
The good thing for us is we've been through this jolt before, actually have been through it a few times. And so, as we've seen a lot of our project work kind of hit pause for the moment to kind of see how things shake out, what we wanted to do was put together a webinar that helps small businesses learn from some of the tips, some of the things that are new that are happening within the marketplace right now that they can benefit from. Put this all together in a free webinar, put it out to the masses, and hopefully help businesses not only survive this, but thrive and get through this economic challenge that we're facing right now.
Right. Is there a charge for this webinar?
It's not. No, it's free. It's accessible at propelomedia.com/auto. It's a simple, it's a little 20, 25-minute webinar. What we wanted to do was break this into two components. We wanted to break it into survive and thrive. Survive is the day-to-day. It's right now. It's what's happening. It's what you need to do to implement and to take action to be able to get through this. But we know there's going to be a rebound. And so we have a thrive component of this so that you can hopefully help position your business to be able to catapult from that rebound and really get ahead and make up for the challenging times that we're going through right now.
Right. Well, and like I mentioned to you off air, I've been to a lot of small businesses today. These guys and girls have no clue what to do. Even though the government's trying to give them money, the counties are trying to give, they don't know. They are so confused because they're so used to just doing their daily duties. This is something that's never, ever even come into their mind. And thanks to Propelo for seeing that, because you're not walking around like I am talking to shops, or maybe you are, but this is important. And this fits all businesses. This is not directed at just one form of business, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, no, whether you're automotive, we're working with dental practices, we work with, credit unions, banks, it's hitting everybody. Sure. The reality is it's hit everybody incredibly quick, which is why we wanted to step up, and I think you hit it. We're not pounding the streets like you are going door to door, but we are pounding the phones and we're talking to our clients. Right. We're listening to what's happening to them in real time. And what we're seeing is, the reality is there's a lot of clutter. There's a lot of hype in the marketplace right now. We wanted to kind of, synthesize through that, and really find the things that are most important. The reality is this is happening because of the coronavirus, because of COVID-19. There's a little bit about that, but that's not what the webinar is about. It's about small businesses. It's about things that you can do and things that you can implement. On the survive side, we talk about people. We talk about strategy, we talk about execution, and we talk about cash flow. I mean, cash flow is the lifeblood of every business. I don't care what business you're running. If you don't have cash flow, you're not going to have a business very long. So we really break it down and look at, how you can, focus and scrutinize on every expense that you have. The reality is, everybody is going through tough times, not only from your customers, not only you as a business owner, but your vendors are as well. This is a great time to reach out to your vendors and talk about negotiating a deal. We're all in this together. And so now is a great opportunity to figure out a deal that's going to make sense for both parties so that we can all survive through this. And that's just the survive side. I mean, on the thrive side, I think it's important to think about, what it is you're going to do when this rebound happens and start planning for that today. Biggest things, and Dave, I know I've heard this actually from a lot of people, and I appreciate, a lot of business peers that are stepping up and are being leaders. Because right now it's a time about servicing the industry, not selling the industry. Sales are going to come, but we as business owners need to step up in our local communities and really be that leader in that community. That's going to go far, not just right now, not just helping, people get through these challenging times, but you're really establishing yourself as someone who cares. And that's going to pay back, when this rebound period actually, starts to bubble back up.
Just think how much more informed and intelligent the community is going to be after this, pandemic is gone. Because we're learning things now that I know we had the crash and we've had all that, but nothing has affected the world like this virus. And thanks to companies like yours, Propelo Media, and that's Propelo, folks, when you go to the webinar. Because there's still people out there, because the media, no offense, even though I'm the media, they're not the greatest at giving us the information that's going to help us succeed and move forward. So so you're just not unlike any of the other companies that are stepping to the plate. Restaurants could close, but no, they're doing takeout. So I tell people, tip like crazy. Just tip like crazy. If you have a repair shop, maybe you were going to get an oil change, go get the oil change. Because they are so prepared, with the sanitary, disinfecting of their steering wheels and your your own car. My wife goes in and they do her credit card. So, we're all in this together for sure.
Exactly. It is an ecosystem, and I think you hit it on the head. I had a long conversation with my father. He's in his 70s, and I wanted to have a reality check. Have you experienced anything like this? And he's been through quite a bit. And
sure.
No, this is as fresh and as scary and as challenging for him as it is for me, as it is for everybody. But there is good information out there. And one of the things that I've been really proud of is the positive stories that we're hearing. I've got takeout lunch today. As you mentioned, a lot of these businesses are practicing, the proper sanitation. I think it's interesting. You talk about, the service side of things. We just saw a report come out earlier this week from Google. It's actually showing ad spending for service and repair is up 44% right now compared to a short time ago. Because the reality is we know wallets are going to tighten. People want to get longer life out of their vehicles, which means we're talking about this in this webinar to help businesses position their marketing to be where the audience is listening, to be where they're going to be, so that they can catch that business on the rebound. Because it is tough right now. Nobody's going to deny that. But there's things that you can take away to help get you through it right now, and then hopefully come up on the high end when it does rebound.
When is this webinar?
So webinar is actually it's on demand. So you go to the website propelomedia.com/auto. We did 3 or 4 of them live earlier. First one I think was late last Thursday. We've done a few, but the demand has been really strong. It's spread across all industries. And so we just recorded one, and that way we could keep up. The good thing is there's good information in the webinar. There's a Q&A. It's a live Q&A on the back end of it. It was recorded. We took real questions. We're actually happy to answer any individual questions that you guys have. Phone number is on the website. So definitely check out the webinar. If there's something in there that interests you, you want to learn more on, if there's something that just wasn't covered, you have a specific question, give us a call. Right now, we're just all about advocacy, trying to get the right information out to the crew, to the audience, so that they can help. And there's some personal stuff in there too. Big takeaway, and I've had to focus on this myself, but it's staying healthy. There's an old adage that says a sick person thinks of one thing, a healthy person thinks of many. We've got a lot to do right now. If you're not taking care of your body, you're not taking care of your mind, it's going to be an uphill battle for you. So we've got some tips that help you as a business, but they help you as a person to just help you stay balanced. And that's important right now, staying balanced, because you got a lot to do to make sure that we get through this.
Well, I'm 74 years old, so I know where your dad's coming from. When you get a chance to see him, give him a great big hug. And by the way, let me ask you this, because wouldn't you know it, I just went and seen like 9 shops before I got this interview. Is this webinar, is it going to, like you say, it's on demand? How long will it be up?
Great question. So we're going to leave it up as long as it needs to be up. We're data-driven organization, so as we do our marketing for our clients, it's all data forward, and it's data on the back end. We evaluate data, so we'll look and see how long people are checking it out. So we'll leave it up there as long as possible. We're also going to be working on, I've hopefully got a new one coming out next week.